Yeah. It's DJ Akademiks, and a crazy track got put out by Big Sean featuring Jay Electronica and Kendrick Lamar last night. That shit is called Control, and Kendrick Lamar absolutely lost it on the record. He called the hip hop version of the Holy Spirit on the track. You know what I mean? Looked like he was having a seizure in the booth, just snapping off at the mouth. Sounds like he had Asperger, but he just absolutely went off. Called out all your favorite rappers, including my favorite rapper, or rappers, because you know me, it's Team Light Skin all day, so yeah, the light skin nigga, hashtag. Called out Drake and called out J. Cole. Not even called him J. Cole, but he called him Jermaine Cole. I don't know about shouting out the government, but he called out my man J. Cole, he called out Drake, called out A$AP Rocky, he called out Big Crit, called out Pusha T, and of course everybody know Pusha T was already waiting. Pusha T was by his computer all day waiting for that to happen, and as soon as that happened, he tweeted out, "I'm ready." You know what I mean? Who else he called out? He called out Jay Electronica and Big Sean on their own track. He called out the people he was on the tracks with. So it's been a big thing on social media. Everybody's responding. Everybody has an opinion on it. Even people that didn't get mentioned, they're offended, or they have a strong opinion about it. We have Lupe Fiasco, who caught feelings. I don't know if he's caught feelings because he wasn't mentioned or he really thinks it's overrated, but he tweeted out, he was like, "Y'all know y'all easily impressed. Bars so low, you need a shovel to get at it." Come on, Lupe. First of all, the open letter to Lupe. Dear Lupe, you can't hate from outside the club. You got to at least get in the arena, put your gloves on, then you could say some shit. You know what I mean? The last I heard, you was doing some other bullshit, hating on Obama. And what's up with Lupe? My nigga. For all y'all mouse pad mobsters and keyboard killers, you know what I mean, thumb thugs, you can't be hating on other people on Twitter if your profile is set to private. This shit don't make sense. That's like that's like high school girls talking behind each other's back. But other rappers that got called out, Meek Mill got called out, and I could imagine what Meek Mill was doing when he heard this track for the first time. I don't know how Meek Mill's name even dropped in the mix for the whole calling out people to step their bars up, because Meek Mill is like swag rapper. Not really swag rapper, but like he raps about his riches and raps about all the material stuff. He was probably in the booth somewhere in Philly rapping about his YSL belts and Audemars watches, and when he heard Kendrick's verse, he probably said, "What the hell?" He probably just walked home. You know what I mean? So even when Big Sean heard the verse, Big Sean, you heard him say recently, he said he could out-rap his peers, he could out-rap Drake and Jay, which he's totally smoking that crack, because I don't think he could out-rap neither, even though he did have a pretty good verse on that All Me track. But he got embarrassed by Kendrick Lamar. And I could imagine, well, according to him, he said this won't be on my album because of sample clearance issues. Nigga, please. You heard that verse by Kendrick Lamar, and you probably said to the engineer, "What the hell? Throw this shit in the bushes. I can't have this shit nowhere near my album." You know what I mean? You don't want that verse on your album. That shit is the 2013 version of Renegade. You don't want that accredited to the only thing people remember about Hall of Fame years from now. So good thing, my nigga. You did the best thing. Put it out the night before your album went on iTunes for pre-order. Give you a nice little buzz. And of course, even though Kendrick ripped you on the track, it won't be on your album, so people won't be talking about that as the only thing on your album months from now. So definitely a good job for that shit. But definitely Kendrick Lamar gave every rapper in the game last night a hip-hop wedgie. Basically just pulled everybody's whole card and said, stop all that bullshit. All these rappers that's acting like NBA players, everybody want to be friends, want to go to each other's shows, want to be on each other's tracks, want to be tweeting buddies, sending DMs, FaceTiming, doing all friendly BFF, you know what I mean, Hollywood girlfriend shit. He told him, listen, this is hip-hop, this is competition, and you got to respect that as a man. I respect Kendrick for that shit. So he called out Drake, and to me, Drake got to respond. Drake got to blow out the French vanilla scented candles. He got to drain the water out the tub with the bubble bath. And he actually got to get back on that headlines tip. He really got to catch a body like that. You know what I mean? He's been threatening for a while. He's got to do that. Big Sean even took a little slight jab at Drake. And he was like, something to the effect of niggas claiming they hottest, They the hottest, but then they come to the hottest niggas to try to stay hot. And of course, everybody know that Drake has been proclaiming that he's the hottest nigga in the last couple of months, and he's been shitting on everybody, including, which I thought was the song of the year, or at least the freestyle of the year. We'll call it freestyle, 5 a.m. in Toronto, where he was shitting on everyone. You know what I mean? Like, remember that line he said, I could load every rapper's gun with bullets that fire backwards, still wouldn't lose a single rapper. Niggas make threats, you can't hear them over the laughter. And he was taking shots at every single person he's ever been on track with, people that's asking for verse, people who have been hating on him, but still gotta respect him. And to me, Kendrick definitely answered that call by saying, listen, man, we could go toe for toe. Drake also tweeted something to the effect of, you know what I mean, he hate when bench players start talking like starters. I don't know exactly who he's talking about. Maybe he's talking to Big Sean, but he's definitely not talking to Kendrick. Because if anything, Kendrick's starting right next to you, my nigga. He's right there in the game with you. So that's just how it is right now. My nigga Drake has got to drop 12 p.m. in Compton. You know what I mean? Ride out on everybody. It's not a beef situation. It's competition. But you got to let niggas know you're out here. It's clear that Kendrick Lamar just came and he just crushed the Bills in New York. You see all the memes and everything flying on social media with Kendrick looking like Godzilla kicking over the Bills in New York, reminiscent of how Snoop shot that video, came to New York, shot the video, and then put and edited it up where he was kicking over the Bills in New York. It's not no beef situation, but it's really just Kendrick saying to all New York rappers, like, what's up, yo? Y'all used to be pioneering this shit. Y'all used to be setting these trends. What are y'all doing? And he's like, you know what? If I got to do it on the West Coast and I got to hold down both coasts in each hand, I'm going to do it. And I'm the king. We need some answers. We need some answers. What's everybody doing? We need Papoose to come answer the questions. Papoose, where are you, my nigga? Papoose. We need some answers to these questions. This shit is crazy. We got other people that's responding. We got Joe Budden. Joe Budden jumped up, you know what I mean? And he's a Jersey nigga. Apparently he's allegedly originally from New York, but he's a Jersey nigga. Now, always claimed Jersey, too. Big up to Joe. He said, yo, damn, how y'all New York niggas gonna let a nigga from Cali come out and say he's the king of New York? So, Kendrick actually comes on the record and he says, I'm the king of New York and I'm the king of the coast and I'm juggling both in one hand, or in each hand or whatever. That's a little bit disrespectful. But also that's signs of the times. Like when a Cali rapper could just come out and say, I'm the king of New York. And a lot of rappers are biting their tongues. A lot of rappers look like they don't want to respond. Joey Badass looked like he was about to fake respond. He jumped on Twitter. He's like, yeah, Big Sean versus Wack. He didn't say nothing bad about Kendrick, but he was like, you know what? We got to defend this. And he was like, yo, New York, y'all with me? And I think he realized niggas ain't with you no more. Like, it's not that time in hip-hop anymore. Your bars and your pen game got to stand for yourself. And he just kind of backpedaled out of it. Fab, he got word of the song. And then he responded. He's like, you know what? Is any studios open? This is at like 4 a.m. last night. Action Bronson looked like he might be spinning some bars. Mac Miller looked like he's going to take up the challenge to at least step his game up, if not do a response. Joel Ortiz just dropped a response. Of course, we know he would respond first because he definitely had that hip-hop song a while back calling out all the rappers saying, yo, y'all got to step y'all shit up, and rightfully so. So shout out to my nigga Ortiz. But seriously, I'm saying we might have to crown this nigga Kendrick as the nigga who's bringing the culture to the next level and forcing people to step their game up. I give credit to Drake. As I said, it's a year to light-skinned nigga. Hashtag year to light-skinned nigga. And I'm riding with Drake, J. Cole. But I respect a nigga who's not on that Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake, subliminal dissing other people or throwing shots. He called everybody out by name. Called out A$AP Rocky. He called out every single person who was worthy to be mentioned. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane. He also said, yo, this is hip-hop. Everybody on Twitter all hurt or trying to downplay, say it's not a big deal. Let your bars respond. Don't be doing all that other shit. So I definitely got to give a big shout out to them. But it looked like my nigga Kendrick really gave a nice wedgie to everybody in the game. It brought it back to high school on some Freshman Friday shit, which that I definitely could appreciate. So let me know what y'all think about it. Is this the verse of the year? I think so. It got to be the verse of the year. You know what I mean? Like, he went in. Like, I've got chills in my spine when I heard this shit. You know what I mean? I put my left hand up and I closed my eyes and I said, we are not worthy for this shit. But yeah, let me know what y'all think.